friends. I'm so glad you're back with me today. We've got some great stories about the ocean and the fish in the ocean. And I know you guys like sharks, so we're going to be doing a felt board about sharks. So our first story today is the three little fish and the big bad shark. But before we get started, let's make sure that we're ready for story time. If you want to hear a story, come sit down. If you want to hear a story, come sit down. If you want to hear a story, just a funny little story. If you want to hear a story, come sit down. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, just a funny little story. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. All right, I think all my friends are sitting down and ready. I can see you and I know you're out there, ready to listen to a great story. So our first book today is Three Little Fish and the Big Bad Shark. This is written by Ken Geist with Julia Gorton. Three Little Fish and the Big Bad Shark. Once upon a time there lived a mama fish and her three little fish, Jim, Tim, and Kim. "It is now time," said the mama, "for each of you to make a home in the deep blue sea." So off they went. The first little fish, named Jim, swam away and met a seahorse playing in some seaweed. "Can I have some of that seaweed so I can build a house?" "Well, take as much as you'd like, as you can carry," said the seahorse. Jim gathered the seaweed and made a weedy little house. Jim had just finished building his seaweed house when he heard the big, bad shark knocking at the door. Little fish, let me come in." The little fish trembled and replied, "Not by the skin of my finny fin. "Then I'll munch, and I'll crunch, and I'll smash your house in," roared the shark. So the big bad shark munched, and he crunched, and he ate up every bit of that seaweed house. And Jim swam away just in time. Whew. Soon Jim found his brother Tim, and he said, "Don't worry, Jim, we fish stick together. You can help me build a sandy little house." Jim and Tim had just started to relax in the sandy little house when the big bad shark came knocking at the door. Little fish, let me come in." To which the brave little fish replied, "Not by the skin of my finny fin. "Then I'll munch, and I'll crunch, and I'll smash your house in," roared the shark. And so the big bad shark munched, and he crunched until he got a sandy mouthful, and the house crumbled. And Jim and Tim swam, and they swam until they reached their sister Kim. Kim was setting up her house in an old wooden ship. "The big bad shark destroyed our houses." "Don't worry, you can live with me," said Kim. And they did. The three little fish had just finished lunch when they heard the big bad shark knocking at their door. Little fish, let me come in." To which the smart fish replied, "Not by the skin of my finny fin. "Then I'll munch, and I'll crunch, and I'll smash your house in," roared the shark. And the big bad shark, he munched and he crunched, but he could not smash the house in, and all of his teeth fell out. Oh no! And the three little fish were safe at last, and the shark had to eat a salad for lunch. The end. And that's the little fish, the three little fish and the big bad shark. That was a fun story to read. This is our storyboard today. 5 little fish. Can we count them together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know you're so smart, and you counted them with me. And there's our big bad shark. 5 little fish were swimming in the sea, teasing Mr. Shark. "Can't catch me, can't catch me." Along came Mr. Shark, quiet as can be, and he snatched that fish right out of the sea. 4 little fish swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Shark, can't catch me, can't catch me. Along came Mr. Shark, shh, quiet as can be, and he snatched that fish right out of the sea. Oh no! 3 little fish swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Shark, can't catch me, can't catch me. Along came Mr. Shark, quiet as can be, and he snatched that fish right out of the sea. 2 little fish swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Shark, can't catch me, can't catch me. Along came Mr. Shark, quiet as can be, and he snatched that fish right out of the sea. 1 little fish swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Shark, can't catch me, can't catch me. Along came Mr. Shark, quiet as can be, and he snatched that fish right out of the sea. So lone swam Mr. Shark, just as quiet as can be, and he looked and he looked. No more fishies there for me. He ate them all up. Those silly fishies shouldn't be teasing Mr. Shark. So our next story is 10 little fish. 10 little fish, and I want you to count along with me if you can. I know you can, because you're all so smart. I'm really so happy you're here today. 10 Little Fish by Audrey Wood, illustrated by Bruce Wood. There's our friends. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 little fish swimming in a line. 1 dives down, and now there are 9 little fish swimming round a crate. 1 goes in, and then there are 8 little fish swimming toward heaven. 1 jumps up, and now there are 7 little fish swimming through the sticks. 1 gets lost, and then there were 6 little fish swimming to survive. 1 likes to hide, and now there were 5 little fish swimming by the shore. 1 grabs a snack, and then there are 4 little fish swimming out to sea. 1 makes a friend, and now there are 3 little fish swimming in the blue. 1 waves goodbye, and now there are 2 little fish swimming in the sun. 1 takes a nap, and then there's only 1 little fish. What will he do? Along comes another fish, and that makes 2 little fish in love with each other. Soon 1 is a father, and the other is a mother. But mother and father don't count this time. Just 10 little fish swimming in a line. Let's count our fish friends again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 little fish swimming in the sea. I know you counted along with me because you're so smart. You're getting smarter every day. And I know all of you are at home with your moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, and they're all helping you to learn, and that's a wonderful thing. So I hope you'll continue to come back to the Kyle Public Library Story Times online and watch us. Miss Bree is doing some for her groups too, and we really hope that you're enjoying them. Our next story for today, and our last story, is a beautiful book by the Fan brothers, Terry and Eric Fan. They are fabulous artists, and I really love their artwork, so I hope you'll enjoy it too. Ocean Meets Sky. Finn lived by the sea, and the sea lived by him. It's a good day for sailing, his grandfather would have said. Finn remembered Grandpa's voice, telling him stories about a place far away where ocean meets sky. His grandfather would have been 90 years old today. To honor him, Finn built a boat fit for a long journey, one they had planned together. But building was hard work, so Finn took a nap below decks. When he awoke, he felt the boat rocking gently beneath him. The journey had begun. "I didn't think the open sea would feel so lonely," Finn said after some time. This caught the attention of a great golden fish. "Do you know where ocean meets sky?" Finn asked the fish. "It's high and it's low and as deep as the sea," the fish answered in a voice that made Finn's boat shake. "It's up and down and very far. I could show you the way." He followed the golden fish to the Library Islands, where 100 bookish birds were roosting. Then they explored an island of giant shells and crossed the sea of moon jellies dancing. But then Finn's eyes filled with wonder. Had he finally reached the place of his grandfather's stories? The boat began to lift from the water, or had the water fallen away? The golden fish swam toward the moon. Finn followed. He wanted to say goodbye. He had so many questions, but then he heard a voice calling to him from far away. "Finn? Finn? Finn, wake up! It's time for dinner," said his mother. "I made Grandpa's dumplings." Finn looked out across the sea to that magical place far away where ocean meets sky. It had been a good day for sailing. I hope you really enjoyed that book. I love their art. It's so beautiful. Thanks so much for coming and seeing me today. Can we sing our goodbye song together? Are you ready? We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends and wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends and wave goodbye like this. Bye, guys. I'll see you next time.